Southampton's preparations for the upcoming Premier League season have suffered a setback as Danny Ings has turned down a new contract. The 28-year-old has been in negotiations to extend his contract, which is due to expire in 2022. Now, Southampton presented a 4-year deal that would have made Ings the best paid player in their history, but the former Liverpool attacker is understood to have rejected it as he targets another chance to join a team competing towards the top of the table. There we go. That's what's coming in front of us today. Jamie, is this a good move for Danny Ings?
A good move in terms of not signing a deal?
Turning down a contract?
Well, I mean, he's been in great form for Southampton. They're a good club, but they obviously always kind of filter away towards the end. They were actually good for a lots part of the season, and I enjoyed watching them a little bit. But I think if you got him to sign for someone like, say, Tottenham, I think it'd be a great move for him. I think he needs that chance again. He had a terrible injury at Liverpool, really struggled, and he couldn't kind of get in that side. But I think he's good enough to be at a club like that. And I think if you could get him to, say, a Tottenham, and we go in, we lose Harry Kane, and then we spend a few quid maybe on signing someone like him, I think he'd do great for us.
I always have a little look at what Dave Ornstein is reporting when big news stories come around like this. He's written on his page, exclusive. He turned down a 4-year contract. Deal would have made him the best paid player in Saints history. 28-year-old wants to test himself at a higher level. Ali, does that kind of suggest to you that there is something already in place, or perhaps he's got something on the horizon?
Well, you'd think
just
so.
Turn it down, right?
You would think so. We know what happens, and he's 100% well within his right, Danny, to explore his options. When we say his contract is due to expire in 2022, yeah. So it's maybe a little bit early to look at, but you wouldn't have thought so. It's what happens. It's what happens in football. So it's absolutely not surprising. And I'm not saying he'll have anything teed up, but he'll be certainly weighing up his options.
It's really difficult to kind of, as a player, and Ali will know this, when you want to stay somewhere because you're comfortable and you're enjoying your football. Southampton give him the sort of platform again to go and express himself and get himself back playing some great stuff. And then you've also got to weigh up the option of, is there more for me? Can I progress again? Can I push on again? And you take that. If you don't take that step, or you don't think, I'm going to stay here because I'm enjoying my football and I'm happy. Sometimes you can look back at that and regret it. So you can never sort of question a player for turning down a contract to say he wants more in terms of trying to go to a big club again. And I think he's got the ability to play at a top club.
Yeah.
I really like Danny Ings, and I like the way that remember when he left Liverpool and there was a real outpouring from the players because he's such a great guy and they really love having him around. All of that aside, he's just such a talent, isn't he? And I wouldn't begrudge him.
Goal scorer.
If I was a Saints fan, for what he's done for me for the last however many seasons that he's been back there, I wouldn't begrudge him a move to a so-called bigger club at all. And I think he could really do the business at a big club. I know he's had his injuries. I understand that as well. But a club that really needs that kind of striker at the moment.
Yeah, I think the only question mark over him would be can he play as a 9 on his own? Because at Southampton he played alongside a player. They always kind of played
Adams, wasn't it?
Yeah, they had Adams, and then they had Charlie Austin was part of that, and they kind of played 4-4-2 or 3-5-2. If you go to a club like Tottenham or someone, or a big club, a lot of them play with just one striker. So I think the question mark will be can he lead a line like Jamie Vardy, like Harry Kane? Can you do that at a big club?